It's Halloween season, everybody, and so I decided I wanted to go ahead and make the spookiest deck I could think of, and I came out with a mono black troll deck. This deck is awesome, guys. Sit back, relax, cue the intro, and let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. In today's video, we bring you a mono black control deck. It's more of like a control mid-range weird pile of cards that shouldn't work but do. I've been working on this deck now for a very long time, trying to get this one out for you guys, and I finally got this deck winning games consistently, so I'm super excited to bring this one to you. Before we jump into it though and talk about the cards and then get into the gameplay footage, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I really want to hit this goal before the end of the year. So I just ask, if you've been here before and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, let's take our relationship to the next level. Do it. Hit the button. I'll wait. All right, let's jump right into it, guys. Thank you so much if you did actually subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Every single one of you. It means a lot to me, so thank you. All right, starting it off, we've got 4 Bloodchief Thirst. I guess I should start off by kind of explaining the idea of the deck before we jump into the actual cards. So kicking it off, we've got Clackbridge Troll. This is where the deck revolves around. I've really fallen in love with this card. It's really good. So it's generating you all kinds of value in so many different ways. This is a simple 5-drop for 8/8, and it has trample and haste. That's insane. And then they tack on all this extra text here that is supposed to be like a downside to the card, but really is it? We generate our opponent 3 0/1 goats. Those goats now are their creatures, so I mean they don't really do anything. We can run right over them with an 8/8 trampler with haste. Well, they also get the option to sacrifice a creature. It will tap down the troll for the turn, and we draw a card and gain 3 life. Doesn't sound too bad to me. So this card right here is insanely good because if they don't have any creatures to sacrifice, it's an 8/8 creature to run through your opponent. And if they do have the goats, you know, you're gaining life and you're drawing cards, and the engine continues. And so this is where the card is. This is the card the deck is absolutely built around and winning us the game. How do we do that? Well, we got some cheeky little plays that really synergize well with this. So first up, we have, I'm not going to try to even say this card's first part of its name, but the Spiteful. We'll call him the Spiteful. So the Spiteful comes in as a 3/2, and all other creatures get -1/1. What does that mean? If we hit our curve and we get this down on turn 4 and they don't remove it, and then we play our Clackbridge Troll, guess what happens to all the 0/1 goats? It's like they never existed. So if we get the Spiteful down, followed by the Clackbridge Troll, that Clackbridge Troll is swinging in for 8/8 haste trample, or they can sacrifice one of their actual creatures to tap it down, which is very good. Either way they want to go, either route they want to take, it's only great for you. Another cheeky way that synergizes with this card really well is the Massacre Wurm. This card didn't get any play, unfortunately, in the video, but when I play tested the deck, it was so good. We got our Clackbridge Troll down and got our opponent 3 goats. They bounced it with Brazen Bar. I replayed it again, got bounced again, played it again, and so they had 9 goats out. They sacrificed one of them for the turn being, and then I followed it up with the Massacre Wurm, which took care of every goat on their side, and every single goat that died, it dealt 2 damage to them. So it was an auto win. As soon as the Massacre Wurm hit the field, it was an auto win. So that's a really another cheeky way that you can win the game, or deal a massive amount of damage by just eliminating all the goats that you created for your opponent. So that's the big 3 synergies right there. And again, how are we going to get there? How are we going to control the match to get there? So 4 Bloodchief Thirsts. We all know that card has a kicker on it, can remove pretty much anything on the board. We had trouble early on dealing with mill decks, Teferi's Tutelage in particular. I was losing a lot to that, so I had to make some adjustments to the deck. Feed the Swarm is one of those cards. You can actually eliminate any target creature or enchantment. You lose life equal to the permanent's converted mana cost. So if you take care of the Tutelage, you lose 3 life. Huge payoff and trade-off. I will take that all day. Against a mill deck, your life total doesn't matter. So 4 of those just to make sure we hit those tutelages, Up next, we have 4 Heartless Acts, just another removal spell. The whole idea is just to buy us enough time to get out our troll and do our thing. Start gaining life, start drawing cards, start smashing our opponent's face. So all of these cards are just one big setup. Removing every single permanent that hits the battlefield, we're trying to get rid of it. Elspeth's Nightmare, really good card right now in the meta because we're seeing a lot of aggro decks with small creatures. This deck does really well against those because we have Elspeth's Nightmare. We -1/1 on everything, which could kill a lot of our opponent's creatures. So very strong synergies here, especially in the meta right now. Up next, we have the Libation. So this one I added as well as another tech to enchantments like the Teferi's Tutelage or anything else that might come out that we have a hard time dealing with, like what's the Furlander, or there's a new landfall card. I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now. I play it all the time. Anyways, this takes care of any enchantments if you need it to, or they can sacrifice a creature. So it's got options there. You can remove a creature off the field, even if it has, hex proof or even indestructibility. You have our opponent sacrificing, so it actually goes through all of those things. So Libation, very strong here as well. And then we have our Awakening. If only you can play this card. It's gonna be hard. It happens though. We've been in a couple matches now where we are able to actually play the Awakening late game and absolutely just crush our opponent's souls because our big creatures, I mean, everything we have is a 4-drop or higher as far as creatures go. So once we hit this, I mean, we're going to be needing what, 9 mana, like just to hit every single creature to get back full value. But it happened before and it can happen again. This card is insanely good in almost every black deck if you run creatures. Up next, we have 3 Extinction Events. Another great way if you can't find these 2 cards. Another great way to get rid of those goats when you're ready to just smash your opponent's face, because our goats come out as even. Our Clackbridge Troll is odd. So we can exile all the goats. Clackbridge Troll goes in, smashes the face. Everyone's happy. And then here's the one card that doesn't exactly synergize great with the deck, but it helps a lot. I don't know how to explain it. So coming in for 3/3 haste, flying is good enough that we can get some damage across early, because the whole idea is we're trying to get our opponent's life total to 0, so any little bit counts. Rankle's a really great way to attack an opponent, and they're going to want to deal with this quickly because it has a lot of options for us to do on the card if it does deal that damage. So they're going to want to waste resources to get rid of this as fast as possible. Most of the time though, we don't want our opponent drawing cards because we have a really good card draw engine, and you're gonna see in the gameplay footage we get a lot of cards in this deck, so we don't really want them drawing cards. And typically when Rankle comes out, we don't have any other smaller creatures we want to sacrifice, but the discard effect, that one comes in handy quite a bit. We actually make our opponent discard a lot of cards. We keep drawing cards with the troll, and everyone's happy. So sometimes Rankle's just going to come down as a 3/3 attack, and in some situations you're just going to attack and that's it, and that's fine. But the synergy is not amazing there, but it is a really good filler card for that last slot. You may want to try to look into maybe finding something that synergizes a little better with that, but we'll talk about that at the end. I've got some ideas maybe that we could talk about at the end after the gameplay footage, and we'll come back here and wrap up with the final thoughts. But that's the deck, guys. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. It looks weird. It's very unorthodox, like I said in the beginning. It shouldn't work, but it does. It works really well, actually, and we got quite a bit of wins with it, and I'm still playing it right now because it's a lot of fun. I actually have a more finalized version of this deck if you guys are interested in seeing those types of things. I am live on Twitch every single Wednesday, so come by and see me in the evening, and you can see some of my other weird decks that I'm working on for the next few videos. And then we also have 4 Castle Locthwain, so be sure to run those as well to keep your engine going. And that is it. Let's jump into the gameplay footage. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the games. Peace. All right, here we go. Mono Black Control. This is a deck I've been wanting to play and for probably like 3 months now, and just haven't figured out a way to make it good. And I think we figured it out. I think we got it tuned up now, and it's working pretty solidly. So we play tested it a few times. It's kind of a weird build, kind of a weird pile of cards, but it seems to be getting the job done. So we're gonna run it. Hope you guys enjoy this one, because like I said, it took a while. It took a while to get this one to come together. Clackbridge Troll is kind of the build around here. Very, very cool card. gives our opponents goats, but those goats basically fuel our hand. Most of the time our opponent's going to destroy their own goats to give us 3 life and a card, which can't beat that. Opponent's on some red. Is it mono red or... Okay. More than likely Rakdos. Let's go ahead and get into their hand and see what's going on here next turn. Love Elspeth's Nightmare. Such a good card. If you can trigger all 3 events, such a good card. Up against Rakdos too, it can actually exile graveyards. So maybe I should have done the Libation there. I probably shouldn't have rushed that so quickly. Because the Rakdos deck feeds off cards in the graveyard. So it's nice to just exile them straight up. Oh, okay. Chandra, that's not good. Shock's fine. That's fine. Alright, they're all fine except for that one. Alright. We will have our opponent sacrifice their creature this turn unless they play something way better. Let's find out. We'll take the 1 just in case. Like I said, if they play some weird enchantment. Alright, they do not. So we'll go ahead and kill it now. We did take 1 for no reason, but it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. Clackbridge Troll's coming out next turn. And the real fun's about to begin here. Opponent has no counterspell magic, so that's really our biggest weakness in this deck. Is if we run into a counterspell deck, because we have some big monstrous plays that we're just kind of building to. So as long as our monstrous plays don't get countered, we are very hard to deal with. More than likely they're going to sacrifice a goat here, and we're going to gain 3 life and draw a card. There it is. And it's another land. Gotta love it. All right. Well, we do have other cards too, by the way. There are some other synergistic cards in our deck that are going to -1/1 on creatures or -2/2 on creatures. So we'll be able to get that troll through for that 8 damage here, hopefully pretty soon. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and go to attack step here. See what they do. I don't want to play my second troll yet because I don't want to generate more goats for them. Okay, they're gonna let this go through. Okay, I was hoping to draw a card and find something else, but they didn't give me that option. So let's go and just hold up here. That was kind of a stalemated turn there. They just went ahead and took the 8 and sat on it. Okay. Deals damage equal to its power to a target creature planeswalker. Okay. And prowess is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, gets 1/1 to the end of turn. Okay. Not great. Not great for us. End turn. Wow, another land. Maybe we're running too much land in this deck. We'll have to see. Opponent does take the sacrifice this time, and we draw another land. How unbelievable is that? Okay, well, what do we do here? What do we do here? This is sorcery speed. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this now because we don't really have much else to do. We have a lot of health now, and we're drawing cards like crazy, but those cards aren't doing anything. We're just getting land. So let's get some action there. Let's get that creature off the field. Opponent, get them sweating a little bit on what their next play is going to be. Do they have a next play? Or are we still sitting on 3 mana? Opponent's really missing land drops here. They can have a few of mine if they want. I'm not worried about it. They're definitely going to do it again. But they are now out of goats. They're out of goats. So our 8 damage is going to get through. And of course we find the Spiteful now. Unbelievable. We find the Spiteful. So we're going to actually play this now. That way next turn when we play this Clackbridge Troll, all the 0/1 goats die immediately on spawn. So we're going to be able to get all the damage across. They're not going to be able to do anything about it. The Spiteful is such a good card paired with the Clackbridge Troll. Oh, okay. Well, looks like that idea is off the table. Scratch what I just said because I forgot they had a shock. I always forget to remember that they have cards in their hand that I've already seen. It's embarrassing. Doesn't matter. We were going to play it either way, so. Draw 2. Okay. They're doing that on their main phase. Oh yeah, they're in trouble here. They are in trouble here. Can I play the Clackbridge Troll and maybe the Extinction Event? That would be a one-hit win here. Finish it off. Let's find out. I don't know if I have the mana for that. Goblin, okay. Goblin is a 1. Ooh, okay. Well, we can still get the damage across because we have Trample. Let's find out if I have enough mana. Well, I think that answers that. 1, 2. I can never see these. Is that 4? 5? I think I'm seeing 5 mana here. Yeah, I'm seeing 5 here. Good. We got enough for the troll. We got enough for the troll, baby. So this is GG's. We've won the game now. We get the troll down. All the O1s they die out immediately, and then we get 14 damage across to the face. So here it comes. There's the goats. There goes the goats. They have no creatures to sacrifice to tap our trolls. Our trolls get in for haste and trample, 7/7s apiece, and that is the game. That's how it's supposed to work, guys. The Spiteful and the Worm, they're such good cards paired up with that Clackbridge Troll. I'm telling you, it's weird. Shouldn't work, but it does. GG's. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2. Who do we got? Bunda. All right, we got 2 Rankles. Okay, that's nice. And then we got some for some Libations. I hate saying the first word. Pharikas, but Libation is a tech card against Mill, so those pesky Teferi tutelages that you can't do anything about. Or even if you're up against Landfall and you see a Felidar Retreat, this card, it does it all, man. It does it all. It's kind of hard, though, because sometimes if they get a lot of action on the board early, a lot of creatures, they get their choice then to sacrifice which one. So can be kind of annoying, but for the most part, pretty good card. In the meta currently, I feel like it's kind of a necessity. All right. Up against Rakdos. Rakdos. Seems to be pretty popular right now. The Channeler gets to do its little thing now. Ooh, they're going to go for the Timurit Calls the Dead. Okay. I could destroy that enchantment. You know I could. And you know I will. Let's do it now. That way they don't get another trigger off of it. We'll be seeing you. All right. So we got Rankle coming out next turn. Do some damage on their hand, maybe. What should I do with Rankle here? Rankle's the one that's kind of weird in the deck. Most of the time, it's okay to do nothing with it other than swinging for 3 to get some of that cheeky damage off the top. But for the most part, the synergies can sometimes really be there, or they could really be off. You know, they went for the land. Okay, then that means they were busted in the hand on the land. So these are all interactive cards. Let's go ahead and Rankle and maybe have us sacrifice each other's creatures. I don't mind sacrificing Rankle here to get rid of the Channeler, and maybe even discarding them a card because we found the Clackbridge Troll, so we have a way to draw cards. Oh, they have removal. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. They found another land off the top. That's good for us. Keep flooding out while we do some things. We could find, if we find another land, that'd actually be really nice though, so we can get our troll out. Do we want to get it out now? Maybe. Depends on what they pull here. It looked like some removals. Yeah. Nah, it looks like we're gonna have to play some Rankle now. They don't have double black source though. Oh, and they only get it for the end of the turn? Oof. Tough. Tough. Yeah, let's go for the Rankle play again. See if we can get it to pull off this time. Definitely discarding a card. Our opponent's only on 2 cards. We want to get rid of both of them, and we want to get rid of their other way to get cards. I don't think we're going to need to feed the Swarm. We have a Libation, so. Okay, opponent discards more cards from the top of their deck. Mills out 2. All right, we found our Troll. Unfortunately, the Troll's not going to be any good here with the Death Toucher on the field, so we're going to go and pass the turn. Heartless Act that. We definitely have the card advantage here, though. We got 4 cards. They're there, too. I like where we're at here on that. Don't think we're going to need to worry about enchantments, so let's go ahead and sacrifice creature here. Oh, you know what? That was the wrong line, because I could have Heartless acted, not taken any damage, and then Libation the actual giant, and I still wouldn't have took damage. But unfortunately, now we're taking 2 damage because of my misplay there. So we took a needless 2 damage. Just keep that in mind. Got the troll out though. Gonna come in for 8. Otherwise, we're gonna get a card in 3 life. Either way, we'll take it. Beautiful. Beautiful. The troll, man. It's the bee's knees. The troll, man. Pay the toll to the troll. Not crossing this bridge. I like it, man. I like it. This might be one of my new favorite cards. I know it's been around for a long time, but never really played it or made a deck on it. So that's what's fun about kind of making YouTube videos for you guys, is that I get to try out a bunch of new things. A lot of fun things. 3, 4, 5. That's an easy Heartless Act for us. Easy Heartless Act. Swing in here. What do we got? We got another card. Okay. Graveyard. They clearly want their graveyard filled, right? I mean, they're doing with Myers Triton. They're doing all kinds of crazy things. So let's go ahead and just nightmare this last goat here, and then we'll exile their graveyard. Hopefully that'll put a pin in whatever they're trying to do with that. Maybe they have a Croxa. Who knows? Let's go ahead and exile every card in their graveyard, though. Start them off from 0, and then I think we pretty much take the lead and dominate from here. Wow, they didn't have that second. They didn't have that second kicker swamp. That feels bad. They would have been able to kill my troll too. Wow, they just got mana screwed this game. I actually feel a little bad for them. I can't lie. That's tough. But they're definitely gonna scoop here, because I am going to Heartless Act that. You know, if they would have activated their channeler before they decided to what did they do? They played their land, and then they activated their channeler, and they found that second swamp, and they weren't able to play it because they had already played a swamp. So they made a slight misplay there. So unfortunately, that's kind of on them a little bit, but that second swamp, man, really killed them. Really killed them. We'll take the dub though. We'll take a dub any day. Man, I'm low-key kind of loving the monocolored decks. You don't have to worry about getting mana screwed like that last guy or last girl, but you just drop a swamp, you know you got the mana you need. I love that, you know. That's one thing I'll say about mono red. I can't stand mono red, but I would love it if every deck I played was good and monocolored. Definitely want to get rid of that, because that could be a problem down the road. Giving protection of color to certain creatures. Not gonna allow it. I won't allow it. Pass the turn. We have an Awakening, which is so good in this deck. It seems like a lot, because you're gonna need like 6 mana plus the additional 3, so 9 mana. But I'm telling you, it's happened in a lot of my playtesting. We go really, really deep into the game. This card can really, really save us. Drop the Spiteful now. The Cleric becomes essentially nothing, and then the Clackbridge Troll comes down. They get no goats. No goats. And then we just do our thing. I'm worried about Banishing Lights and Elspeth Conquers Death, though, so I don't think I want to shock this in, because I may need to... Never mind, they just went ahead and decided that for me. Okay, well, we do have a lot of enchantment removal, though, so I am A-okay. All right, we're going to go for it. Going for it. Send it. Send it. Are we going to gain some life? I would assume so, right? You don't want to take this 8 damage to the face. They do. Okay, take the 8. No angels for you. That was a bad move. They absolutely should have sacrificed that there, because they were trying to build up to their angels. So now this is essentially just a 1/1. I'm not scared of it at all or worried about it. And these are all big targets for my worm if I can find it. So I'm not worried about 2 damage coming in every turn if we were swinging in for 8, you know? The Clackbridge Troll is just really hard to deal with. I can't, it's so hard to deal with. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. Boom! See you later. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. And that right there is the combo of all combos. No, they're gonna keep their O2 cleric. Okay. To each their own. To each their own. Ooh, Shatter the Sky. Nice, 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 nice. But we have another troll. And the troll has haste. Which means you're going to sacrifice a goat now. I'm gonna get a card. And our awakening's getting pretty close. We got 6, 7 mana here. If we can find, what did I say, 8 total mana or 9 total mana? 9, I think. And then we can get back everything. Troll, Hateful, Worm, if we had one in the bin. A lot of options. I'm so glad I teched for like enchantments. I'm so glad. Alright, we're definitely discarding a card. That's it. Discard a card. Sure, we'll go after their hand too, and yeah, might as well. We're not going to really have an option for Elspeth's Nightmare anytime soon, I don't think. I mean, we could. There's a lot of 1/1s in their deck, but I think this is the best play. Ugh. Wish we could have hit that sooner. Casket, we'll be seeing you. Alright, so how many we got? 6, 7. So we got 4. So we can get back a 4 drop, but that doesn't seem very good. We can wait for one more. Yeah, we'll wait for one more turn. Get another land, get a 5, and then we can get our troll back. Let's get our troll back. Ah, come on. No land. Unbelievable. No way to even deal with the... Alright, we'll go ahead and just get 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go ahead and get our Rankle back. Seems like a waste, but we're at the end game now. No need to get all fancy with it. Let's go ahead and just do what we gotta do to win the game. Bloodchief's Thirst. Is that GG's, or did they find a Banishing Light? I think they made a big mistake early not sacrificing their goat on us. I think that was a pretty big misplay on their part, unfortunately. And that's GG's. Okay. I thought for sure they were going to do something there, like gain 4 life or something, but GG's. Oh, we're Platinum Tier 2 again. We lost that trying to play test the deck, by the way, and trying to figure it all out, but we got to get to Diamond soon. I don't have time to grind, you know? It's unfortunate. We're back. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day out there watching the video now. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for watching. It means the world to me, so thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying this deck. I know I am. It's a lot of fun to play. We're taking a hand here with no actual way to win the game yet, so we got to draw into it. That's never ideal, but we have land, so I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain about that. Got the Libation in case we're up against Mill, which looks like we might be. Hello. Alright, we finally find a piece to do some damage, do some interaction stuff with. Hopefully this is not a counter deck. Like I said, guys, if we run into a counter deck, we probably lose the game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We have very few actual plays to win us the game. And so if those key plays get countered, it's a wrap, honestly. I'm starting to think it might be a counter spell deck, so I feel like we're going to need this late game. How many cards in my hand? Yeah, I'm going to have to throw something away. I hate to do it. I hate to do it. That's going to bite me in the butt later. Watch. This is going to be a really long game, and I'm going to need that, but I gotta lay it down. Interesting. Oh, they're flyers. Okay, no, I feel a lot better now. Okay, I feel a lot better now. Let's get Rankle down. Okay, they are counterspell. I guess that makes sense though. The Lofty Denial. That makes kind of sense. I feel pretty good though if they're a flyer deck to play this without worrying about the effects down the road. I don't feel like they're gonna have a ton of removal spells. They found their white source, which is what they were looking for. Ooh, they had a birth. That makes sense. Okay, so now they're right back on track with the mana. They got nothing to worry about there, but we do have some big boys coming through quickly. Got the troll. We got the thick troll, baby. It's the thick troll. Oh, they're gonna let this go through? Second person I've seen do that. It's interesting. I would not want to take 8 damage on like a turn 5 situation, you know? Not ideal. Plus I have Extinction Event. If they can't counter this, it's gonna get really ugly. They might even scoop. Ooh, they're gonna bounce it. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, that's gotta go. Oh, we didn't draw a land though. Wish we would have drawn a land there. I guess we could Bloodchief it. Okay, we're good, we're good. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had a Bloodchief's Thirst. Get rid of that. And now you gotta pay full cost for your Brazen Borrower. Got him. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. If I can draw into a worm and a land, oh, that's a lot of damage sitting here on the board. Oh, it's even more damage. I'm down. I am so down. We can Heartless Act that Wind Robber. So many goats. Dude, this is, I'm telling you, if I could draw a worm, oh, it's over. It's beyond over. Please, come on, worm. I want to win that way. I think that'd be so sick. I think it'd be so sick to just win. Straight up. Straight up with the worm. 7 goats, perfect damage. 2 damage apiece. Let's go, worm. Do. Let's go, worm. Ah, not a worm. Not a worm. But, you know, what we do have is an Extinction Event. We can go Extinction Event, I guess. If I have to. Does it have a counterspell? Lofty Denial? Oh, that'd be bad. And here comes 8 damage. What are you gonna do about it, brother? Probably nothing. I figured. You should have just sacked that though, because I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. I don't foresee in our future any sort of enchantments coming down, so we'll go ahead and Libation this. Libation. Let's go. Scoop City. Did we take him to Scoop City yet? No, not yet. Not yet. We haven't exactly destroyed their will yet. We'll get there. We'll get them here. Ooh, that's pretty good. Kind of annoying. Now they get their little goats back. Ugh, that's frustrating. Okay. Okay. You can have your goats. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on your little... Oh wait, I can't. What is this? A 3-drop? Wow. For a 1/1 to draw a card? Okay. Okay, I guess. Man, we are drawing tons of cards and gaining a lot of life here. If only we could have found that worm, man. I'm telling you, it would have been a really funny way to end the game. That's enough lethal on the board if we can still find it. Come on, worm. Come on, worm. We got this. Ah, come on. All right, let's just go ahead and do this. They're going to sacrifice a goat. We'll get another card. Come on. Yes, the worm. That's lethal. Get it. Get it. See, everyone, every time I play tested this, every time I hit that play, everyone said nice. Nice, dude, nice. It's a combo, man. It's a really nice combo, especially when that troll keeps getting bounced, you know? It happens a lot, more than you'd think. GG's. All right. We are on, I think, around 20-something minutes of the gameplay footage, so could be our last game, depending on how long it goes. Might have one more after this one, but let's do it. All right, we got 2 swarms. Not really a big fan of this hand, but it could get the job done. We have an Elspeth's Nightmare, which is nice. Might have to play the Awakening as an actual land. I'm gonna have to do it, yeah. Let's get it over with now. That way we can get things out on tempo. Oh boy, we're healing, and we're healing quick. Not great, not great. Let's go and get rid of this now. This is a sorcery speed card, just in case you were wondering why I play it now. Spiteful could be really good against this deck. Gotta get this Elspeth's Nightmare on this now, before it gets too big. Let's go, got it. I was worried that they were gonna do something cheeky to gain life there and make it bigger into a 3/3. That way I miss actually targeting it. That could have been bad. All right, opponent's drawing 4 lands already. That's typically a flood for a mono white deck, so we'll see. All right, interesting. We can kill the Alsaid's Bounty and get a creature out with this. Okay, Daxos, that's fine. Or, yeah, I think that's the play. I'm gonna go for it, Spiteful. Get the bounty out of the game. Get these down to non-lethal creatures that if they want to swing, that's fine. I'm willing to make the block. Oh, they got me. They got me. Man, they're doing quite a bit of damage pretty quickly here. We have options, though. We have options. I think I want a Bloodchief Thirst. I think that's what I want to do. Take another 2 off the top, and then whatever they draw. I feel like we've stabilized pretty good here now, though. Unbelievable. They said stabilized what? Man. This is very unfortunate. I could play the troll, obviously. It has options to gain life and draw cards, which is ideal. But they're not going to care if I do 8 damage on their 33 health, and then they're going to just attack anyways. But I do have a blocker. I'm going to kill this first. I'm going to kill that first. I think we'll do the troll next. I don't know if I want to use it or not. We're taking 2 anyways, so yeah, use it. Make them play their last Daxos. And then troll comes down, and then we start doing some business. Hopefully we get some life out of it. Can we get some life out of it? Come on, give me the life. Yes, okay, we're fine, we're fine. We're getting some life. We gotta kill the speaker this turn. They're gonna start generating 4/4s. Oof. You know, the best way to do this, though, is gonna be through this maneuver right here. We're gonna take the Banishing Light, all the goats, and the Speaker of the Heavens die. And we drop a Rankle down for defense. Do they want to take the 7 damage? Or do they want to sacrifice a creature? Hopefully sacrifice a creature so we can gain some life. I don't like sitting on 3 here with the flyer out on the field. That's not what I want to see. Alright. Guess we're going to have to go. Gonna have to do what we can here. I can't get the Rankle in, unfortunately. If I could have got the Rankle in, I could have made them sacrifice a creature that way. We got to block with Rankle here. Oh man, we're in a world of hurt here. We are in a world of hurt. All right, well, this is it. What card am I gonna draw? Oh no, come on, sacrifice a creature for me. One time for the one time. Oh, they win. They win. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If this had been any sort of removal spell, which we have, what, 30 of them in our deck, we would have won. So sad. GG's. We'll take the L on that one. We'll hold the L on that one. Let's play one more. Man, that last one, ooh, that one bites, man. If I could have drawn any removal spell other than Libation, we would have had that. We absolutely would have had that. We had so many too. We have 4 Heartless Acts, 4 Bloodchief Stirs. There's so many options there. Or even if we would have drawn, anything that, like a worm or, oh, actually I don't think the worm would have worked, but even an Extinction Event would have worked. But so many options there. I just, of course, I top decked the land. They played that really well though. They didn't actually sacrifice anything to allow me to gain life. That was pretty big. That was pretty big. They just had so much health already, man. It was just hard to compete at that point. 33 health is hard to do anything to, Okay, so yep, I was gonna say we're gonna see a Love Struck Beast come down here. That's fine, I think, for now. I do not like this being out here because it's gonna allow him to draw cards. Can't have our opponent drawing cards. Spiteful's very strong here. It kind of shuts down the Love Struck Beast as long as they don't play any creatures that have 2 toughness, because then those just turn into 1 toughness. All right, let's go ahead and take care of the 1/1 right now. That way the Love Struck can't attack unless they draw or play another 1/1, which they could easily do. These decks typically almost always have 1/1s on reserve. Every time I take care of one and stop the Love Struck, it's almost always they have it, But we'll kill it next turn regardless. We're sitting pretty good right now. I like our hand. We just need to find some lands. One more land, and then I don't care what we draw after that. We'll be fine. As long as we get that 4th land. That way we have all of our options available. That way we have these 2 cards as an option if we need it. Opponents on some Gruul though. Gruul Adventures, that's pretty interesting. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Gruul Adventures. Ooh, we hit an Ember Cleave. I'll take that all day. Extinction Event, that's pretty tough. I don't like that. We'll probably play the Libation here. We'll make them have to make a tough decision. What is it that they're... Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna leave the beast. I'm gonna Heartless Act the Scavenging Ooze. Do I have it? Oh no, they're gonna pump it right now though. If they pump it, can I do it in response? I hope so. I figure we can, right? They're gonna pump it for 1 off the edge wall, and when they do that, I'll Heartless Act in response. That way, if they play a giant, they're all 3 drops, bigger Extinction Event, more value. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. See, and if I would have done the Heartless Act first, they could have responded by putting the 1/1 on the Scavenging Ooze. So that was the best way to do it. I just want to know what this card right here is. What is this? What are those? All right, we see a giant. I figured we would. So we'll go odd here. Opponent's down to 2 cards. We're loving that. We love that feeling. Libation hits the giant. Ooh, so does an Extinction Event though. Okay, well, they gave me the Extinction Event play again. We get a 2-for-1 on that one, so now they're down to 2 cards in hand. This is looking very, very good, FYI. FYI, looking pretty good. Spiteful takes care of the 1/1. Ooh, Elemental Brushfire. Dead. Dead. Oh, they didn't see that. They didn't see that coming. Let's go ahead and just do this now. That way I can swing in with no worries of dying. Man, they played the Elemental Brushfire right into the Spiteful. And here comes our win con. Let's go, Troll. What do we got? No goats for our opponent because we have the Spiteful on the field. All the O1s dead. That's GG's. GG's, man. We handled that really, really well. That game was very much in our control. Anytime a deck utilizes a bunch of 1/1s, they're not getting through this deck. GG's. And those are the games. Thank you guys so much for sticking around as long as you did. I hope you really did enjoy the gameplay footage and the deck breakdown. This one was a fun one for me. I tried building this thing for so long now. It's just such a huge relief to get it off my chest and out there and get it actually working. So let's go ahead and talk about though how it played and maybe some things we would change. I really like the deck. I don't think there's too much to change really, but there are a couple little pieces that maybe we could touch. So first up, like I spoke about before, Rankle is really, really solid as, you know, a card that stands on its own and does a lot of things that are really amazing. It doesn't need a lot of synergy to be good, and it has a lot of options. So that's why Rankle's in this position. But if I did want to take Rankle out, and maybe even with the Awakening getting a better synergy with the Awakening, I would want to look for something with 3 or 2 drop, because we already have a 4 drop, a 5 drop, and a 6 drop. All those slots are taken. So if we can find a 3 or 2 drop, that's another creature we can get back with the Awakening and making that even a bigger threat. So really what we'd be looking for is something that can deal a lot of damage, that's threatening the board quickly, and maybe even gaining us life in some situations. And so the 2 cards I came out with are the Haunted Nightmare. Could be a really good spot there, and it's a 4/5 menace creature. You give a death touch counter to one of your opponent's creatures, which is fine because typically we're removing all those creatures off the field anyways. So Haunted Nightmare is really, really good. Also, Grim Dancer is another option because you can actually give it death touch, menace, or lifelink. 2 of those things you could choose from and tack it onto the Grim Dancer. So that could also be really good, having like a menace lifelinker. That could help us with our life total, and feeding the swarm wouldn't be as bad either. So Grim Dancer is another really great option in that slot. Another idea I had was, I think I have a little bit too much enchantment removal, because in playtesting I ran into mill a lot and a lot of Teferi's tutelages, but unfortunately I didn't see a whole lot. You know, of course, as soon as I threw the tech card in there, I didn't see a whole lot of it after the fact. So I was actually thinking, if you want to cut down like 1 Feed the Swarm and 1 Libation, and just throw in a huge top end like Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Well, oh, I have all these things on. Hold on. Throw in Ugin the Spirit Dragon. That would be a really cool top end. This card has been busting the meta, you know, regularly right now, because everything with all the bans and everything. This card is one of the best cards in the meta now, and it's super hard to deal with. Not a lot of people have a lot of tech cards in their deck to deal with this. So having 2 in the deck on the top end, just, you know, if you draw and you have the mana for it, sweep the board and win the game with Ugin instead. That's a really cool card just to have in any sort of mono color. It doesn't even need to be mono colored. Any deck really can run Ugin right now, and it's just that good. But I thought maybe dropping 1 or 2 of these, 1 a piece, and you know, you still got plenty of enchantment removal, and you could drop 2 Ugins in here and, you know, get a lot of damage through that way. So a lot of options here, and this deck is, like I said, it's flexible. It's really, really strong. I really appreciate you guys watching as long as you have. If you're still here and you hear the sound of my voice, special thanks to you. You had a special place in my heart, so much so, and I really do appreciate all the support you give the channel every single day for watching the videos, and I just thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. We're on our road to 1,000. So we're gonna be there soon, I hope. Hopefully by the end of the year, that's the goal. And then starting next year, we'll start our next goal. Maybe 5,000 the following year, maybe 10. Who knows? I do want to get the channel growing. I do want to keep posting videos for you guys. So let's keep it moving. And thank you. And I will see you guys on the next one. I do have another deck ready to go, and I'm gonna start it right now as soon as this video ends. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.